The next section is waxing service using soft wax. Please apply a simulated wax product to one eyebrow. You have 14 minutes to complete this section. You will have 14 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 7 minutes remaining. You may begin.
All right, so just like all my other sections, I am going to hand sanitize my hands first, just to start, and then I am going to spray my EPA throughout my entire section to make sure that I keep my workstation sanitary. I will make sure that I wipe down everywhere I spray. Then I'm going to throw away my paper towel and hand sanitize again before going into my kit. When I go into my kit, I'm just grabbing the next bag because it is already in order, and that is the waxing bag. At this point, I'm going to close my bag. Again, if you can hand sanitize while holding the bag, you can, or you can tuck it up under your elbow. Under the elbow is okay, up under the armpit is not, okay? At this point, if you feel like your hands are slippery because of the Germ-X, just take a moment. Nobody says that you have to open the bag just right away. Just take a moment for that Germ-X to dry up. Open your bag. Again, our goal is to get as much of this out in one grab, okay? I'm taking my time. I'm gonna throw this away and sanitize. I will fix my setup after I sanitize my hands because I touched the trash bag. At this point, I'm gonna set up my products with the labels facing the proctor. If I feel like I need to sanitize my hands again one more time before going into this bag because the proctor isn't standing around, that's what I'm gonna do, okay? I want to make sure that they see that I sanitize my hands anytime I go into a bag that says pre-sanitized. At this point, I have a bunch of extra strips. So I know I do not want all those strips. So I'm gonna just grab the one, the gloves, the sticks. At this point, because I already went in, I'm gonna close it up and I'm going to sanitize again because I still need to get my spoolie out of it. I didn't grab my spoolie, but I'm treating this bag as sanitary each time, okay? I'm not leaving it open. I am closing it up, sanitizing before going back in to grab any other implements. At this point, I'm going to dispose of it. I'm gonna sanitize my hands again. Okay. I have 4x4s, cotton rounds, spatulas, gloves, 2 sets of them. So if I cross-contaminate something, I can remove that. I have my stringent and my antiseptic. So I'm going to cleanse the area, which is considered preparing the eyebrow. So there's a couple different things that we want to do here. But before we start, we are going to put our gloves on. Anytime you do any kind of waxing service, you wear gloves because there's the potential of blood. So even with Lisa, we are going to put gloves on. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse the area with my antiseptic. I am only doing this to one eyebrow, so I'm going to pick the eyebrow that's closest to the proctor and I'm going to cleanse that area. Remember, you have plenty of time to do this, so take your time and make sure that the proctor sees you cleansing that area. this point, this does not go back on my station because this is waste material, used waste material, so I'm going to throw it away. If you touched your bag, obviously you need to sanitize, but if you hover and it falls into the bag, you are good. If you hover and it falls outside of the bag, you immediately have to pick it up and put it in your bag, sanitize your hands, or change out your gloves, okay? If you do not have an extra pair of gloves, then I would say sanitize your gloves just to make sure that they saw that. That is your next best option. Now, part of preparing the eyebrow, I am going to use my spoolie and brush the eyebrow. This is like doing a skin analysis, a hair analysis of the brow. This is now a used implement, so it's gonna go straight into the trash can. Okay, and we are going to prepare to wax. In other videos, you might see them actually test the wax temperature on the wrist before doing the mannequin. For us, we're just gonna go ahead and open the wax and then apply the wax and remove it. Okay, so here I am going to open my container and just take a little bit. I'm going to close my container and throw it away. Here, I'm going to simulate the proper application. So moving from the inside of the face to the outside. They want to just see this motion looking like this, okay? So you're not moving from the outside to the inside, you're moving from the inside to the outside. At this point, the stick is trash. We throw it away. We grab our strip, we apply our strip, we lay it down, and we show them proper application of the strip. So that means pressing and rubbing it in from in to out, because that's the direction of the wax that we applied it. At this point, I'm gonna hold the skin taut as proper demonstration of removal of the strip, and I'm going to hold it taut and rip going that way and apply pressure. At this point, I throw away that portion. I grab my astringent, throw it away, and I clean that area of the brow. At this point, I'm going to throw away all other implements, throw away my gloves, sanitize my hands, and then sanitize my station. At this point, throw away this paper towel. I sanitize my hands just one more time to make sure they see that, because I did not cross-contaminate, and then I will raise my hand to signify I'm done being scored.